The GB News Don't Kill Cash campaign is exploding with popularity. We now have more than 180,000 people who've signed our petition.
Up and down the country, people are voicing their opposition to a cashless society, or at least having it imposed on us.
Yeah, it should be there as if you want it, surely.
Yeah, if you want to do everything by credit card, that's up to you. But if you still feel the need for cash, well, we're just about to learn.
Because it's interesting, because you sort of assume that a lot of people who want cash, maybe the older generation, who are more used to cash, don't like using cards, like to know how much money they've got in their wallet. But let's talk to someone at the other end of the spectrum, should we? Sam Monday, who's a busker from Guildford. Good to see you this morning.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
And it's interesting to talk to someone of a younger generation who wants cash, because obviously as a busker, that's how you get your money.
Living, yeah.
For sure, yeah. It's been an interesting time for busking recently, yeah.
So what have you noticed in the last couple of years?
Well, people just not carrying cash as much, so makes the job harder.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
You play the guitar and sing, do you?
Yeah.
In fact, I think we got some video of you doing just that.
Let's have a quick look.
Oh dear.
So, I mean, did you...
Won't you come on over? Stop making a fool out of me. Why don't you come on over, Valerie?
So obviously it's the guitar case that's open there, isn't it? That you want people to come up and bung some money in. How difficult has that become over the last couple of years with us using less and less cash?
Yeah, I mean, it dropped off the income from it, for sure. I mean, I've tried to... There's a lot of people doing lots of things now with busking to make up for the shortage, but I got myself a card reader.
But does that work? Because that sort of changes the dynamic slightly, doesn't it? If you somehow, I don't know, it just makes it feel a bit different.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on the act. There's some that adapt better to it. For my kind of thing, it did feel quite, I don't know, yeah, unauthentic is probably the right word. Just having a sign up with contactless thing, and then getting people to tap. I mean, you had to like preset it to a certain amount, so you're deciding for them how much you're going to be giving, which is a strange concept.
Which is very different, isn't it?
Yeah, you want it to be like a authentic choice for them.
Yeah.
If they're not making that decision, then...
Do you get many people just sort of watching, listening, and just walking away?
Oh, yeah, 99%. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
There aren't that many that bother to come up and give something.
What difference does it make for someone like you who's, busking is, and I know you're a music college now, and I mean, it's an important part of that whole learning process, isn't it, for someone like you, getting into music as a profession, but you don't want to do it for nothing. You don't spend all your time on the streets doing that for no money at all.
Yeah. I mean, it's an interesting one, not having the cash, because by some way, if you're tapping a card, then you're less at risk of certain things, like you're not going to get ill. So there are positives, and I think a lot of people are seeing those things, but, I mean, there's so many risks associated with moving purely... If we just get rid of cash completely, then, I don't know, you can end up, especially if you're giving a busker a little thing, you never know what... I don't know, you can get viruses and hacks and all sorts of things. You're exposing yourself in a much more vulnerable way, whereas if you're just putting a pound coin, it's there, you've got your pound coin.
Yeah, and what about you in your everyday life, when you're actually earning the money? Do you spend cash, or have you got a card?
Well, because I get cash, yeah, I tend
you spend it.
Yeah, it's quite handy. But yeah.
I suppose, and as a young person, I don't have to bleat on about it being young, but, it just shows how old we are, so don't take it personally. But in terms of managing money, because you've got to learn to manage money, is that helpful with the cash? Because, of course, you see what you've got. Once you've spent it, you've spent it.
That's a really interesting point, yeah. I was thinking about that, to be fair. Money management is changed completely, because you got positives, because you got, like, new AI things that are doing cool stuff for management, but then for children, it's like, how are they going to learn to manage their money if they haven't got a tooth fairy?
Have you signed up to our petition?
Yes, I have.
Oh, well done.
There you go.
Good.
Well,
That's another one.
If you want to join Sam and do that, gbnews.com/cash, and you can add your name to the petition. Sam, thank you very much indeed. Great to see you this morning.